is on how to optimize your content so that the AI platforms will pick it up first, hopefully.
Hi guys, Kit here. Today I want to talk about AEO. What is AEO, you say? Well, AEO is Answer Engine Optimization, and it is the new way to be found. Now just imagine, what if your blog post could show up inside ChatGPT's answer box, just like a top Google snippet? That is AEO, and that is the future of getting found, because you want to be the answer. You want to be not just an option, you want to be the answer for the AI platforms. And the difference between AEO and SEO is that SEO is search engine optimization. It's based on search. Whereas AEO is answer-driven based on what the AI platforms are picking up. And the way they're picking up the content is why it's worth exploring AEO and how to optimize your content so that the AI platforms will pick it up first, hopefully. So now you'll ask yourself, who uses content this way? Who pulls content this way? The platforms are Perplexity, Google Gemini, ChatGPT, even Alexa and Siri pull content from the web through voice snippets. So how do you optimize for AEO? Well, here are some tips. To start with, in your blog, start each section with an answer. A one-sentence answer. That is, the tip is answer first. And then tip number 2 is, for your headings, use questions. Simple questions like, what is AEO? Or, how does it work? Tip number 3 is use really clear format. The AI platforms love bullet points. They love formatting. They love lists because it's easier to parse. Walls of text are very difficult to parse. So structured content is much more AI friendly. Tip number 4 is add source links. The AI platforms love when you link to higher authority sources in your blog articles. Makes you much more prone to being picked up. Tip number 5 is to use Schema Magic in your site. What Schema Magic does is it focuses on pages that benefit from rich results. And rich results are what happens to a snippet when you apply Schema Magic to it. What this does is it makes your content eligible to have search engines like Google show extra details in the search results, like ratings, prices, and whether or not it's in stock. And these enhanced results are known as rich snippets. And if these details show up in results, then users can find a lot more valuable information directly within that search, which is a really big deal. Since SEO is the name of the game, adding Schema Markup to your website is really a no-brainer. And seeing a rich snippet in Google's front page in an answer box is really the epitome of SEO optimization, which is AEO. It's all about structured data. And with more and more users switching to mobile devices, structured data has never been more relevant and useful than now. There are many different tools available online to help generate this structured data, and they're all up to speed with the latest guidelines by the search engines. Here are schema generator tools that can help you add SEO-friendly schema markups to your website. There's Schema Pro, Google Structured Data Markup Helper and Data Highlighter, Schema Markup Generator by Merkle, JSON LD Generator by Hall Analysis, JSON LD Schema Markup Generator by J.D. Flynn, Schema Markup Generator by Rank Ranger. Schema Pro is the go-to plugin for adding schema markup and getting rich snippets from your site displayed on Google's search engine. Schema Pro is very easy to use and comes with its own powerful set of features, including the ability to support 13 different types of schema more types of schema than any of the others in the list so far. Schema Pro also features an automated process of adding schema markup, so that there's no need to add markup on each product page that you want to. After the initial setup, all the settings and options that you've input are applied automatically to all the pages. So you can add schema markup to your website manually, which is a 6-step process. You can also add schema markup using a schema generator, which is a much easier process, less steps. And step 1 is opening your preferred generator, choosing your schema type again, using the drop-down menu, which makes it easier to create a kind of schema that is particular to you. Then you add values to your schema properties, and then you validate. You can also take your schema markup and put it into your website using a plugin like Rank Math or Yoast or another dedicated schema markup generator, and use this plugin to install the schema markup into your site. So once you've tested to see if it's working, what happens if your schema is not set up correctly? Well, poorly implemented schema means your page will probably not be picked up by the AI platforms because the content is harder to interpret for the platforms, reducing your chances of being quoted by Gemini or Perplexity or ChatGPT. So how to fix a broken schema? Well, you're actually just a few plugins away, and you can run a test. Paste your blog post URL into the rich results or the schema markup validator. These tools will highlight errors or warnings. They'll also show which fields are missing, and they will offer suggestions for corrections. You can also compare with examples. Look at valid schema examples on schema.org. There are several schema types which represent the key schema markups, and they are, for instance, product markup, merchant markup, editorial markup, review markup, and each one of these has its own language. Merchant listing markup is the type of product markup that's specifically for product pages, but for pages where people can make a purchase. And it can display key purchase-related details such as pricing, discounts, stock availability again, shipping and returns, estimated delivery fees. This kind of markup is really ideal for e-commerce websites and online retailers that want to give potential buyers purchase-related information directly in search results. Product schema markup is used to provide search engines with the extra product details for pages where users cannot make a purchase. Big difference. Like review pages, for instance, or affiliate pages. This type of markup really encourages search engines to display information such as ratings and reviews, aggregated customer reviews and opinions, pros and cons, key advantages and disadvantages of the product, and basic pricing information without direct purchase options. So product structured data is really particularly valuable to editorial websites, affiliate marketers, and e-commerce platforms that are showcasing products but not selling them directly. Here's a chart to help you determine what kind of schema is right for you. Ask yourself what kind of content you're publishing, and your content's purpose will usually point you directly to the appropriate schema.
Consider the user's intent. For instance, what does the visitor want to do or learn? If they're looking for instructions, a how-to. If they're asking common questions, an FAQ page is the ticket. If they're seeking current info or stories, an article. Go ahead and browse schema.org and use the search or category pages to look up the schema types that match your topic and see examples and required properties for each. For example, if you search horse on schema.org, you'll see what properties, like for instance, name, provider, description, etc., are recommended. Next, use Google's Rich Result Gallery. Google's Rich Result Gallery shows which schema types Google actively supports or enhances search results like stars, carousels, etc. If your goal is visibility in search, prioritize the schema Google supports there.
Make sure you're breaking up your content clearly with bullet points, numbered lists, short paragraphs, and bolded keywords for readability for human and machine. Walls of text are very difficult to parse, so structured content is much more AI friendly. In conclusion, the future is going to be AI content first. And what that means for you is if you want to up your visibility, write your content so that the AI platforms will pick it up. Use AEO. We are witnessing a fundamental shift in how people search for data, and how people find and consume information. Instead of scrolling through search results, consumers are going to platforms where they can get one answer, one definitive answer. To stay ahead of this curve, content creators need to think about visibility and usability and need to think beyond keywords and start to design for clarity, accuracy, and immediate usability. By producing AI-ready content, you build authority, you increase your reach, you meet users in the moment they need you most. And the best part? AEO complements traditional SEO. So you're not choosing one over the other. You're expanding your visibility to the spaces where attention is flowing. AEO doesn't just represent a trend, it's a major shift. AEO helps your content meet people where they are. The better your answers, the more discoverable you become in the AI-powered future of discovery. Suggestion: start small. Start your next blog post with a direct answer. Use Schema Markup if you can. Then ask ChatGPT what it would quote from your blog post and see what the answer is. Then you can refine accordingly. Over time, you'll find that your clearest, most useful content rises to the top, not just in search, but in AI voice assistant and beyond. Also in AI conversations. Welcome to the AI first visibility era, where your answers come first and are more valuable than ever. Thanks so much for stopping by. Hope this was useful. See you next time, I hope.